Yo, how you guys doing? Welcome to the Ranger Wrap-Up. This week we are joined by a special guest, Danny from the Geeks of East LA. How are you, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you guys?
I'm doing great. Your jacket is amazing.
Thank you.
Let me just say. We got to watch, or we are going to be talking about Power Rangers Ninja Steel, episode 10. We are also going to be talking about the latest Power Ranger news and happenings throughout the community. But I am Joe with that hashtag show. This is Darrel. This is Kelly.
Hi.
How's your guys' week been so far?
Pretty good. My body's kind of hating me. I've been working out a lot.
Well, it's gonna
kickboxing.
It's gonna
I'm right there with you.
love you in the long run.
Like, other than that, I'm doing pretty well. It's just like every time I move, my body aches.
Didn't help that we went to the gym this
No, yeah, we went to the gym right before this stream too. So we were there with Jezzer. It was me, Carlos, Jezzer, and John from We the Geeks. And I'm tired.
Well, that's good. I mean, it means you're getting Ranger fit, right?
Yeah. Auditions fast approaching.
But you already got Kingdom Hearts lined up, so you.
Oh my god!
Ongoing joke.
That's the ongoing joke.
It'll be the greatest joke when he actually gets it done.
If he does get it, I'll be like, see, I told you all along. But we're going to be talking about that. How have you been?
I've been great.
I haven't seen you since... I feel like I just recently saw you, but like before that, it had been a while.
It's been a while. Trying to work on new things. Just editing some new stuff and, also hitting the gym a lot for auditions.
Mm-hmm.
I got some projects that are coming out this
How exciting.
next year. So.
What, can you spoil, not spoil, can you tease any of them?
I worked on...
Is it the one I'm thinking of?
I think so.
Okay.
It's a documentary film about films that never got made, but they started. And there's some good stuff that I got on that project, but that's all I can say.
Interesting. You mean like films like the James Cameron Spider-Man, or like movies like the movies that just obviously haven't been made.
Yeah. So basically, I know there's a Godzilla film that was never made, and it's in that documentary.
Interesting. How about you? How's your week been, Kelly?
It's been alright. Just like Darrel, I started working out more and
Kickboxing.
I'm exhausted.
Tai Bo.
Yeah, I've been getting bruises on my shins.
Really? Mm-hmm. Are you kicking an actual person?
No, one of those big old bike bags.
Oh, gotcha.
Hashtag fitness.
That's crazy.
Are we all getting into shape?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you gymming it up?
No, I'm just eating healthier. I see you get to start with eating right, and then I'll.
So I'm eating M&Ms.
Right.
I'm working out.
Actually, I have a salad in there that I ate from.
Do they have
Tuesday.
peanuts? If so, then I mean it's a start.
No, I just got the chocolate one, so I was like, screw it.
There has
Good
been
for your energy.
some Power Ranger news, not a ton of it, but there is some Power Ranger news. The addition of Ninjor to Legacy Wars.
Woo!
Are you guys still playing Legacy War?
I had to delete off my phone for space, but I am excited that he's in the game though. I wanna try him out.
I have it on my phone. I just haven't played for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks. I haven't played it in a while either.
I haven't played since Comic-Con.
Yeah, well, it's before that. I think last time I played was right when they announced the White Ranger, so it's been a while. Like Lord Zed had just come into the game, so it's been a long while. You playing Legacy War?
I still have not yet downloaded it. I think
Why?
it's because as a team, we don't really do it together.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, oh, did you play it on your time off? Did you play it on your time off? Which I think it was like Pokemon Go, where we did it together. I'd be
Pokemon
more
Go
into
is so
it.
much fun.
But I'm more of a computer console gamer. I'm not always like on my phone kind of playing a game on my phone. Like
Right.
it's a once in a while, but even if I do have a phone app game, I play it for like a few months and I get bored with it.
Do you like fighting games, Kelly?
I do like fighting games.
Because
With friends. I like fighting games with friends.
Never by yourself.
When I first got the Injustice 2 game, I did play the whole storyline, but I never really busted out and play it by myself unless friends are over. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. I have a question. Actually, it's for our producer, and I'm sure you can't answer it right now. So there's a picture of us on this bottom thing here, and I didn't even notice it until right now. This little, our little layout, our little.
We've had that for a while.
Well, I didn't notice.
I'm so grumpy looking. Look at me.
I didn't notice the actual Rangers that we had. I understand me as the Phantom Ranger, and I get you even as the Pink Galaxy Ranger because of Astronema. But why the red Turbo Ranger?
Turbo Rangers have always been my favorite Ranger. And I like Selwyn Ward, as much as like I call him a friend now, he's like a huge role model for me. And so it's like, even on my days like on Power Ranger forums and stuff, my username was always Turbo Red 1.
Really?
And it stuck with me forever. It's like it used to be one of my emails. It's like, it's my gamer tag. It's everything. So
is that where that's not where you came into Power Rangers, though, is it?
What do you mean?
Turbo?
No. I just really liked Turbo for some reason. I think it was like the aesthetic of all the cars and the suits. The suits were definitely before their time. Like, I really
I like the
those
suits too, actually.
So, I mean, just everything about Turbo, the second half of Turbo, and some of the first half is just, it really stuck with me, and I liked it. So he became my favorite Ranger, like, really quickly.
Danny, if you were to have a Ranger helmet thingy, what would yours be? Would you?
Well, mine was SPD last time I was on.
Oh, it was SPD. That's true. You have that that suit is my favorite, actually. The cadet suit.
The cadet suit. Yeah,
I like those a lot.
It was a mission to get that done.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Who would you get it done by?
I got it done by some people in China.
Oh, really?
Where you make
Yeah.
commissions, but they required me to take a lot of like still images
Of you?
of
Of the suit. Oh, you got it actually custom made.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap, that's crazy. It looks great though.
I like it.
You still have it?
Yes.
You're never gonna get rid of it.
No.
Another bit of news that I want to talk about, comicbook.com ran a story that the 25th anniversary reunion villain could possibly be Lord Draken. It's a possibility. It's not something that I think is very likely. However, once this news was brought to me, I immediately shrugged it off. But it does make sense when you put it together. Oh, shit. There's certain things I can't say. But it makes sense because I just backed myself into a corner here. It does make a little sense once you like think about it thoroughly. If there are other dimensions in Power Rangers,
Well, there is.
yes. So it could make sense.
We have Dino Charge's dimension. We have RPM's dimension. We have the long-running like Mighty Morphin to Ninja Steel. There's all these dimensions, you know.
Exactly. So Kat did post that in our Facebook group. Thank you for sharing that, Kat. Also, I want to take a quick moment to pay our respects to an officer that helped Danny and myself out, and along with Rangers Live Chat.
Yes.
He helped us out. We got stuck in a parking lot.
This was okay. So the backstory behind this. This was immediately after East LA Comic Con. We wanted to get some food, and so I didn't park in this structure. I parked like in their parking lot, but everyone else parked in this parking structure. I left early, and when I left, I heard that everyone got stuck because the gate was locked up and closed, and no one could get out. And then this police officer helped them out. Like he cut the chains and everything. Don't you have like a chain link from
do.
that? Yeah. So he has like
saved it.
a leftover chain link from this thing, and just recently we found out he passed away. So.
Yes, in a tragic car accident. If you actually want to see our full tribute, go and check out Rangers Live Chat. It's on their Facebook page. I believe it's on their YouTube channel as well. We're both on it, so you can check that out and support them. And if you can do anything at all to help the family, I believe Krishna from Rangers Live Chat is trying to set up some form of donation or something that we could do to help that situation. So that's that, but much respect to Officer Castillo and his family. But let's talk about, I think that's it for news. The Green Ranger helmet. The Green Ranger helmet.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
So we saw the Legacy edition of the Red Ranger helmet.
Yes.
Now we just got the announcement of the Green Ranger helmet. Guys, what do you think?
I'm glad we didn't get the announcement of the Green Ranger helmet first.
I agree.
Because we can only have so much Tommy stuff. I'm glad that we are getting one because that means they are planning on expanding this line. Red Ranger was the test and it did really well, and now we have green. So hopefully this does really well. I have mixed feelings about this because one, it's official, and two, I've seen cosplay helmets that I kind of like better than this.
Well, I mean, DJ has one of these, and you
Is that the one that I can slip over my head without opening it?
They're huge. You can. So Kelly,
Wait, really?
Kelly can
I
actually.
can actually slip it on my
That's
head
hilarious.
without.
See, that's my
opening.
problem with that. Is that I understand that it has to be universal for everybody, but when you're seeing it on somebody, it's just like this huge.
It's this
thing.
giant thing.
I've never actually seen it worn on an actual cosplayer yet.
I've seen pictures.
Yeah, I've
And
seen
does it look?
cosplayers. It looks big.
It's just too big. It's one of those things that I would like. It's cool to have, but I would only use it for display.
Yeah.
and
sure.
also they're not shiny.
Yeah, they're very matte.
know?
They're matte finish, right?
Yeah,
don't like that.
And I seen the Iron Man helmets that they sell at Toys R Us, or the Stormtrooper helmets where they're shiny, and I'm like, see, that would have been great for the helmet. You know, I mean, it would make a good display piece, but I also don't like that it's not shiny.
So I'm actually glad you're here because you are one of the top Power Ranger cosplayers out there.
I like that. Like,
You have a pretty big following with the Geeks of East LA. So I have a question. So something like this helmet, you would you even pick it up, or would you even at all like be interested in it besides a display piece?
I would pick it up just for a giveaway.
That's it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
My helmet that I have isn't the best. It's a Red Ranger helmet, but it's not the best. But I still wouldn't replace it with this one.
All right, so that's a fair assessment. Now, when you do get your helmets, what's your recommendation for people to like go out and how would they acquire getting a helmet at a fair price?
At a fair price, I always recommend Kamen Rider Nimoy because his stuff is really cheap and very accessible for people that are in a budget. But what I always tell them after I say that is you get what you pay for.
Oh, that's a great answer. See, and high end, who would you say is like if you want to spend the extra money, who are you going with?
For a good helmet, they're Anarchy.
I have an Anarchy.
I like Anarchy and Legacy Concepts.
Didn't they stop making helmets Legacy Concepts?
I think so. Yeah, but like a lot of the stuff they did put out was like really like nice. I liked the way that their Mighty Morphin helmets looked.
So I just recently tried back on my Phantom Ranger helmet. Those helmets are very like they're stiff. Like it's hard to like.
But the Anarchy, that's what I like about Anarchy's helmets.
They're snug.
That they're snug and the padding, everything fits well, and also they're good weight.
Yeah. And it's funny because holding it, you wouldn't think, oh, this isn't gonna fit my head. But when you put it on, it's like, oh, it fits my head like exactly.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
And it's good.
Yeah, and it fogs up. I got to do something about the fog. What do you do?
When I don't have anti-fog and stuff like that, I use shaving cream.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's right. You can use that to get rid of all the fogging effects and stuff.
Interesting.
You just get a little bit of shaving cream on a wipe it in.
I didn't know that. Yeah. Interesting.
This one time I was doing a charity event and it was fogging up and I forgot my anti-fog. So I borrowed somebody's toothpaste and I just rubbed it all around the visor.
And it worked?
And it worked.
That's insane.
How minty was your face and me doing after?
Dude, the helmet smelled delicious. Minty fresh.
That's the one thing. You don't have to smell your helmet sweat.
Hey man, can I see your helmet?
Okay, Darrel, quick question. If you were to get a helmet, which one would it be? You only can choose one.
Red Turbo.
I was about to say that.
Red Turbo.
I
love those helmets.
What would you get?
For me, I don't know. I have all the ones I want.
Oh, so you have pretty much the.
I like the Space Ranger helmet.
The red or
the red Space Ranger helmet. Well, Space Rangers in general because it's just like this cool, just like flat helmet, and all the designs are what makes the helmet stand out. You know?
Yeah. Well, you go.
Everything is just
I really like the pink Q Ranger helmet mainly because of the sparkle visor. Like that sparkle visor totally sold me.
Those
I mean, it'd be a pink helmet. That's what I'd pick. It's a pink helmet, but my favorite would probably be the Q Ranger because it sparkles.
I like the Q Ranger helmets too a lot. Mm-hmm. My boy, the Phoenix Soldier, is my guy.
Like if I had to pick.
I love how Darrel pointed out, and once he pointed out, I was like, oh my god.
Oh, did you know that?
His head looks like a Q-Tama.
His head is literally a Q-Tama.
His head is a Q-Tama.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that.
So when they first premiered him, they did this pan over his head, and I was like, "There's that little spot on the Q-Tama,"
and
I'm
then
like,
bottom.
"What is that? Oh my gosh!" And then so the line of the Q-Tama, it's the headset. The bottom of the Q-Tama, that extended part, that's the headset right there. I'm like, that's why his visor's so glassy. He's a giant Q-Tama.
He's a giant Q-Tama. I never noticed that.
Yeah, I didn't notice until Darrel pointed it out
That's
last
hilarious.
week.
All right, well, let's get into this week's episode of Power Rangers Ninja Steel, episode 10, The Ranger Ribbon. All right, so we start off the episode with the ribbon tree, big giant tree out there. By the way, if you haven't seen the episode, there's going to be spoilers.
Spoilers!
But they're going to cut down the tree of ribbons, and we get to see this guy in a chainsaw come out. Well, first of all, the Rangers approach the tree, and they talk about their experience with the ribbons. They explain that you put a ribbon on, and you kind of like, it's a thing.
This is a thing in Japanese culture too. So for any of you LA locals, if you go to Little Tokyo, there is a tree there where you can write your wish down and you put it up. And traditionally, what happens is like you take it down once the wish comes true. It's a wishing tree. I don't know what the exact name is, but yeah, that's a thing. So I'm surprised they brought that over here into the American episode.
Yes, I actually like this episode a lot, but for other reasons. But I think that the plot device reminded me a little bit of MMPR, except it was done a little bit better. MMPR would do these, and we just got done watching some of these episodes where they would do these like, oh, let's fucking clean up the park.
Yeah,
for a
I was
day.
about to say, let's clean up the park, guys.
So it reminded me a lot of that. But we get to see this menacing dude, which Darrell pointed out, the most menacing guy in Power Rangers history.
The reason I say that is because every time we see a regular person or a villain or something, these are foam rubber weapons. But this guy walks up to the tree with a freaking chainsaw. And it's like, hey, get out of the way. We're going to cut down this tree. You're not going to move? And he just like flexes the chainsaw. I was like, Jesus Christ.
It was great.
Somebody should have called the cops.
Yeah, like...
Then we get to see the businessman, the business tycoon pull up, if you will.
Yes.
It is Mr. Tien, which is Preston's dad. He is flanked with his, I guess, I wouldn't want to say bodyguards, but definitely associates. Apprentices. Apprentice.
Why is that just being so hard to say? But they basically they wanted to be good businessmen like him. So
Monty and Victor. Oh, Monty and Victor. I love those guys. They crack me up. I think
they had some of the best facial expressions.
You want to do the?
It was just. It's toward the end of the episode. I'll get to that when I get.
Okay, so they threaten to cut down the tree, and the Mr. Tien is a little surprised that I was gonna say Preston's there, and
who's Peter?
Yeah, right.
Just kidding.
Preston gets very kind of like. He gets very taken. He's controlled a lot by his father. You can see that. He forces his dad tells him to get in the car because he wants to build a skyscraper in the middle of nowhere. You had a problem with that.
It's in the middle of a meadow, guys. Just no. There should be no reason for that.
What if they said hotel? Would you have been?
I don't think if they were to build like a house or something, a school, maybe, I would have been fine with that. But the fact that he rolled up there, he's like, I'm going to build a skyscraper right here in the middle of this meadow. What? Why? What kind of skyscraper are you going to put here?
Yes.
Power Rangers.
Well, Preston goes to the car. The Power Rangers won't leave the tree, and it becomes like a sit-in.
Yeah.
A sit-in on this tree.
Like,
literally tree hugging as you sit
Haley
there.
and Calvin go up to the top, and they sit there, and they're like, yeah, you can cut it down if you want, but we're going to stay right here.
Victor and Mr. Tien tells Victor and Monty to get them off the property if they want to be like him, show them what they got. They get out the water hose. The dreaded water hose. Now that's how you get rioters away, is water hose. If you didn't know that, water hose in, what is it, in smoke bombs, I guess? Or
Oh, yeah.
mace.
Tear gas?
Yeah, tear gas. But they did get out the water hose. Preston uses magic. Now, fun fact, this is two little things that I believe that we get to see. In this little scene here, I believe, we get to see two little Power Ranger Easter eggs. Is that right? Is this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's later on. Never mind. We'll talk about that later.
But it is during this episode.
Yes. So we get to see that he tells them to get in the car. Preston uses magic to turn on the hose. And then they look like idiots. Comic relief, if you will.
They get blasted away like Team Rocket, like unreasonably far with this water hose.
We do get to see here, now we go back to where the monsters are. Cosmos introduces this chainsaw monster, which is...
Ripper Rat.
Ripper Rat. How do you know that?
Because every time I walk, like I go to Target, Toys R Us, because I'm a giant child, I walk into like the toy aisle just to see like, oh, I wonder what's new. And there's always that one figure of Ripper Rat. And it's just like, no one's ever going to buy him for whatever reason, because people don't like villains, I guess.
Speaking of going down those aisles and looking at the toys, did you get your $25 power sword?
No, I did not.
Did you?
I missed it.
I kept refreshing the Target website thing, and they were still unavailable. And then I think, was it 3 days ago? I refreshed it, and then it said 140 something. I was like, it's still not available, but the price went up.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Why was it only $25?
It was a Target mistake.
Yeah.
They mispriced it, and they couldn't change it fast enough.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's after they sold out because I think they restocked and the price was still the same.
You know,
Really?
it's kind of weird that they like this giant box was like $25. No one thought that was like a little weird.
Well, I think they might have confused it with like the
I know.
Steel Saber or something. I don't know.
That's true.
Guys, we got a super chat by
Super chat!
Caleb.
MJ Spud, and all his snakes. I'm finally back. Did you guys miss me? I didn't miss the snakes, but we missed you, buddy. Finally a super chat. But we're back to this episode. The Power Rangers put up flyers everywhere. Oh, what Preston Preston talks about his dad, or talks to his dad in the scene, and they talk about his mother not being around anymore.
This is a really good scene.
I actually think this kind of plot point actually helped the episode a lot for me. I don't think we've seen a Power Rangers episode that's really touched on something as personal in a very long time. I can't really think of like something like this. Gosh.
The closest we got was like in Dino Charge when we thought Tyler's dad was just, gone forever. And so every time he would be like, Dad, I wish you were here. I wish you could see me now. And it was like all these like internal like wishings. And then we finally get his dad back. Only now we know that Preston's mom is just gone forever. If she comes back as like a main villain or something,
that would be kind of dark.
That would be stupid. I'm not, depending on how it's done.
What did you think? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's basically it. It's like it was a nice touch. This was one of the stronger points of this episode, in my opinion.
Kelly?
About the whole tree sequence?
No. About the interaction with the father and son. About
and
the mom
when they're driving
gone.
away and talking about the mom and.
It was definitely a little forced, in my opinion. But I do think that Peter, who plays Preston, did a really good job. I wasn't too much of a fan of the dad, though.
Acting wise, or just
Acting-wise.
Both.
I understand that it was on Nickelodeon, though, so I feel like even though it was like a sad moment, they still tried to make it comedic.
It was.
So I
I agree with you on the fact that it was forced. However, like that part alone was pretty strong, but it was forced. I agree.
Yeah, it just seemed a little forced.
Actually-
but what can you do in 20, 30 minutes?
Yeah.
I mean, I thought though Peter's acting at this point
That
was great. Like
I really enjoyed it.
you can, you could tell that he was given more to do, and I think this is the thing with Power Rangers is that they don't necessarily, especially recently, haven't been giving them a ton to do acting wise. So I think this is a great way for them to stretch their legs and show actual emotion instead of just fighting and doing all these lines. But it actually gave a real plot point to a Power Ranger episode. So that's a welcome change. And I actually think it's one of the stronger plot points for this. But the Rangers put up flyers everywhere, and we get to see the monster as it is following Brody out of nowhere, and he's following him in the shadows, kind of, and the wrecking ball just randomly hits him. I don't know where the wrecking. That's really dangerous, by the way, if you think about it.
Just random wrecking ball hanging
Just
out in the
like,
city.
yeah.
There's just a random wrecking ball just like
what if they hit
flying
Brody?
around Earth. It's just for no reason, and it just chooses to hit certain people. That's the most terrifying thing, the wandering wrecking ball.
It is a pretty terrifying event.
It also would have been a lot easier if the cowboy had just used his celebrity
About your business.
like name to kind of get people to go instead of them.
The cowboy Levi. Yeah,
Levi,
it's
yeah.
like, you have millions of followers. Why can't we just
He's
tweet
like,
this?
what are we gonna do to get people to come? And it's like, well, first of all, you're famous, so there's that.
There's that.
So yeah, why don't you just tweet it out? We'll be fine. That didn't happen, obviously.
That's a good point, though.
That's a great point. All the Power Rangers join up. Brody fights Ripcord. Or Repcon.
Well,
Sorry.
but before that, we they're putting up the posters are all around town.
Yes.
Yes. So they're putting up all the posters and everything, and then Brody walks into a dark alley and Ripper Rat. No, I don't know who was waiting for him.
It was your monster. You said his name. You talking about Repcon.
Yeah, he was kind of just like waiting for him in a dark alley, and then attacked him, and then ended up in a meadow again.
Oh,
Yes.
when the wrecking ball hit them, then they got thrown into the
Is that what
far
happened?
away from the city.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, he accidentally got hit by I think it was Ripper Rat.
Okay, yeah.
Ripper Rat got hit by the wrecking ball, and then they got thrown completely far from the city into some meadow that's probably close by to the tree. We don't know.
Yes. Well, they needed to match
Power
looks.
Rangers.
All the Rangers join up. Or the fight takes place. It's pretty much a stalemate. Brody does make the sentence that you beat me let's and they fight it out and we'll
Revenge.
This was some nice
Revenge
choreography,
fight.
though. This was Sentai footage, but it was some great choreography. I loved all of that. Like when he jumped back and then he like flipped around and turned into the arrow and everything.
I have a question for you, and this might relate more to the Henshin Hangout and less this show, but is the choreography the same every season? Just curious.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Is Q
Like
Ranger
the Sentai or in general? Okay.
Sentai. Is Q Ranger similar to it's all
No,
all different.
it's all. They
It's
all
because
pretty match it with
each season, like in Sentai, they write down the characters. From what I know, is they write down the characters and they get the description of the characters, and then the stunt actors.
They base their styles
off the description of.
So
that
like
character.
Hammy being like Chameleon, that's why she moves.
Yeah.
Oh,
very-
and that's why
Yeah.
Raptor does like the leg thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole like.
Are they given the freedom to do those poses like the leg thing? Like, or is that their signature?
Yeah,
thing?
that's their.
That's
whole,
what they
like,
come up with. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
It's very interesting. Like, and that's why all the current actors have to kind of match
Mimic
that.
that, yeah.
Yeah, like not mimic it, but like to an extent. There's like times like even in Lost Galaxy. Do you remember how they ran? Like they like ran
Yeah.
really close to the ground. I was like that kind of didn't make any sense. But we were talking about this like the other day. Apparently, there's a reason for that in the Sentai footage, and it's just like
Well, it's also because Lost Galaxy isn't a space story in Sentai.
exactly. I don't know. But
All right, well, all the Rangers join up. Preston says that they should probably let this tree thing go. He's basing his thoughts about this on what his dad kind of like
he's
influenced him
letting
with.
his dad get to him.
He's letting
and
his dad
everything.
get to him, and they're like, no, like we got to stand up for what we believe in. The protest gets even bigger at this point, and his dad is really disappointed in him. They have this
He
like
just
talk.
rose up over the meadow.
He does.
Without the picket signs.
He does, and this is like a real like protest like for this tree. They really want this tree to stay. I guess it makes sense, but we get to see the face to face with Preston and his dad, and I think that this was some brilliant piece of acting from Peter. Actually,
Yes.
we get to talk about the backstory, and this is also one of the first times we actually get, besides in Dino Charge, we get backstory to. I guess Camille's dad we got introduced to was also Scott's dad, which is kind of weird, but Scott's dad from RPM. I mean,
Yeah.
but this is one of the first times we get to see like the actual Power Rangers having families, at least not from back in the day, like,
Right.
more modern day. So that's kind of cool, and we get to see that on the tree. There was a message. Kelly, what was that message?
From his wife.
Yeah, from his wife.
It
that
was
had passed
him
away.
and his wife had placed it, right?
Yeah,
and he forgot. I thought that was strange.
about having a baby, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it happened. Maybe it was. I got the impression that the tree was like essentially like a bad memory because he didn't maybe want to remember his wife. Maybe.
Oh, like
Not
it
in a
made
bad
him
way.
sad. Like it made him sad when
Made
he
him sad.
remembered
Yeah.
her. Yeah.
So maybe that's why he wanted to tear it down. Well, go ahead.
I have so many things about that one sequence that I'm just like. So the ribbon flies off the tree because of the wind and lands on Preston's dad's arm, and he's like, "Oh, this is mine and your mother's." No, this tree stays. It's like if this was kind of hinted at throughout the episode, where like, yes, I know there's significant value to this tree, but I still want to tear it down anyway. I think this would have been a way stronger episode. But the fact that he's like, oh yeah, this was on tree. Oh, now I remember. Yeah, no, it stays. Just kidding. Just kidding. Everything's fine. It stays now.
I
It's like,
think that I do somewhat agree with that. I feel that that's a lot to get through in 20 minutes.
but just like
Yeah.
little subtle
Yeah.
like lines would have like sold that for me. But it was just too. It happened too quickly.
I think
The
that
thought
if they would have
change.
planted the seeds of, and this is so hard to do because you're thinking of like you have to plant seeds for 40 episodes, right?
Yeah.
But can you do that? Can you do that? Can you do that in a long term where kids are going to have to follow along? Because there's a lot of people. I would say that the majority of kids don't necessarily watch Power Rangers week to week. I think it's on when it's on, or they'll catch it when they catch it. So it's to have a plot thread that doesn't make that obviously to develop a plot thread. Those kids wouldn't understand that.
But
necessarily.
even to say that's a plot thread though, this would only happen for the episode, and I feel like it should be really strong episodically, you know?
But see, then you'd have to essentially cut down the fight scene.
Yeah,
which
and all the action scenes.
yeah, and the major plot point too. There's two major plots going on here. There's the past with Brody and the Red Ranger, and obviously Preston confronting family issues. So you'd have to take away from one of the other ones. So I think that would be a little harder to do because I think, and this is what actually kind of what you wanted, is that they're planting seeds for something later on down the line, which is actually pretty cool because
Yeah.
I don't even know what's going to happen with this whole reveal that we got later on. But let's move on to the actual. All right, so the monster attacks once Mr. Tien wants to save the tree. The Rangers defend Peter's dad. We get a lot of fighting here. Not so much out of the suit fighting, but definitely in suit fighting. Some of the Sentai footage. I think it looked great.
We had some out of suit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Preston did a
Jezero
backflip,
was
backflip.
talking about it
Actually, we
too.
did do a backflip. This is where we get the little Easter eggs of Preston doing the Coda thing.
Mystic Force and
Mystic Force thing.
Coda from Dino Charge. We had all these little cool little Easter eggs. He talked to us briefly about this, that all of these things were his choices. He
Right.
did them throughout the episode. No one told him to do that. And I thought that was really cool.
Yes, exactly. MJ Spud says, loving Danny noodle hair. I don't know what that means.
Oh, I think this is the way how he styled the hair.
Oh. I like the short hair on you, man.
I don't like it.
He doesn't like
I
it.
like it.
I definitely
On
like it.
Facebook, we got Mikey Press saying Preston using his powers remind me of Drew of Beetleborgs.
I never saw Beetleborgs, actually.
Wait, who? What was the thing?
Preston using his powers reminded him
Oh,
of
yeah, totally.
Drew of
Because Drew
Beetleborgs.
does the whole.
So Drew, the blue Beetleborg, he would do this thing where he would like nod his head and then move things telepathically
Oh, really?
with two fingers. And the way that Preston was kind of doing it, like hose, yeah, like it was kind of Now that I think about it, it was kind of reminiscent of that. It was pretty cool.
Interesting. Then we get the big monster fight, the Zord fight, the mech fight. That's kind of where I check out of all this because I'm not the biggest fan of the Zords this season or mechs in general.
Nothing really happened, particularly with this mech fight. It just kind of happened and then it was over.
Question for you guys: Do you guys care? And this might be an individual thing. Do you guys care if you have, depending on what the Zord is? Do you care if they're all in the cockpit together when they form the Megazord?
I honestly do. Because
JD
I think
cares.
I do.
Because I mean, you need everybody to control their own Zord.
It's a continuity thing. If it's like, if there's a plot point that's like, no, you're in here with us now, blah blah blah. Okay, cool. But the reason why you're bringing this up is because Levi was just in the cockpit for no reason.
Now, is this the first Zord where each person doesn't control like a part of the Megazord?
Well, the thing is, like in the Sentai version of Ninja Steel, they were on the cockpit with their swords, controlling and doing the same moves at the same time.
So
they're all in unison.
But in the
That
Ninja,
definitely does not convey in this season.
But also, wasn't it weird? And if I could be wrong, the Ninja has the. Don't they have the like the Red Ranger like sitting on a throne kind of
Yeah.
a deal?
Mm-hmm.
And he's also holding his
Oh,
sword.
isn't everyone else holding him up? Someone said they were holding him
I think
up.
it was DJ.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why they changed
Yeah,
it.
that's messed up.
Yeah, it's very weird.
It's the whole ninja background thing, like all the lore behind ninja. Understandable, but yeah, it doesn't translate well to like kids in America and everything like that. So I know why they changed it. It's just,
We do get somebody lurking in the background once the Rangers win the fight, and it is I thought it was Brody's dad.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like Brody's dad from the back, and we get a quick cut. But we do realize now that it's Brody's brother.
I think it's a
Aiden.
lie. I think it's a lie.
You don't think it's
What
Aiden?
though? You know what though?
I don't.
They honestly shouldn't have shown that bit.
I agree.
They shouldn't have. They should have just shown
let the
him
mystery happen.
lurking, and then that's it.
yeah.
I completely agree. They gave that away too quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you build up the anticipation for next season,
Who's that?
then it turns into
Yeah.
a very stalkerish thing. But
Yep.
like, I like that idea of like, who is that? And I think it's so. I just think it's so kind of like Brody was just so quick to be like, oh, let's hug. You're my
You're
no
my
questions.
brother.
Because he was just like, this could
We're
be some-
related. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just.
I don't know. That's a little, but maybe it's since a lot of people wouldn't know that he has a brother that's missing. He would be like, well, only this guy would know that. But he has to deal now. He has to figure out now that he's dealing with space aliens. They could do this. You don't think it's him?
I don't.
You think it's
See,
Aiden?
I agree with Thomas Franco. He just said Levi is Aiden, and I kind of agree with that. I think that would make a bigger impact. You had mentioned before that they don't really introduce someone new unless they are going to be revealed to new Power Ranger. So I think that he is kind of a plot device, a fooling device by the bad guys.
I'll say this though: if he does end up being a villain, this could help out this season a lot because I think last season when they did this with Heckle, it was, I understood why they did it, but this would make more sense to like get close and then kind of like, oh, I'm gonna
Kill
turn
them
on.
from the
Yeah,
inside.
like I think that would be super cool. But it's true, they don't usually introduce another human character unless they're gonna become a ranger.
Yeah.
So weird.
See, but I watched Ninja. And
So you know what happens, kinda. It's gonna be different.
I don't know what to think about this. That's what I'm saying. Is because I know that in Ninja, there is the father, the son, and the son of the son. So there's 3 Red Rangers.
Oh wow, the son, like the grandson.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's a huge little plot point. I think it's even brought up in one of the movies. Yeah. That's one of the things. Like, it's they really play off the whole. It's a
Yeah.
generational thing in
Yeah.
the Sentai footage.
So technically, there's 4.
Yeah.
4.
Interesting.
So I don't know what they're gonna do here.
Do you think, I mean, we haven't seen this in a very long time, and I don't think it's going to happen, but do you think in any sense that we could see Aiden become a ranger? Like, from getting powers from another ranger?
Are you saying if this guy is really Aiden?
If this guy's really Aiden, do you think Aiden could possibly become like the Red Ranger?
The Red Ranger Sentai footage, was that from a movie or was that from the series?
There's when there's 3, it is from the series.
Okay,
and
so
then
that is
there's
usable.
The other one for.
I think so. Then, yeah, maybe. I think they could probably adapt it because if it was movie only footage, there's a like 70-30% chance it's going to show up. Because for whatever reason, Toei sometimes has the rights to the movie footage, sometimes they don't. And so there are some movie exclusive Rangers that are like, oh, maybe he might work, but
We're getting a lot of hashtags fake Aiden.
Yeah.
Hashtag fake Aiden.
You're on my team.
No, I believe, I mean, it is a little suspicious that the character was introduced like on a whim.
Yeah,
You know,
and then he
I'm
just
just-
accepts it too.
and I want to believe that too, but just this season, God, has not impressed me at all. And so I feel like this is just like, yep, this is the brother, just kind of deal with it. And they're just leaving it at that, you know? And I really hate to think that way because I'm trying to find all the good points.
Well-
but I feel like this is just, yep, it's your brother.
Isn't there like still Ninja Steel that's missing?
Is there?
Like one of the stars.
Like, isn't like Ninja Steel metal missing?
Oh,
still?
from the actual
Oh.
Prism Star itself?
It's possible.
Can't they just make new Ninja Stars with that Ninja Steel that's missing?
Probably.
Are they allowed to make the Ninja Star?
Oh, maybe, do you think we'll get an American-made Ranger? Like black?
Like,
You know, that
creative
might
enough?
be pretty cool.
I don't think we're creative enough to do that.
We've already had some in the
But
past.
in which ones?
Lightspeed Rescue had.
We had Titanium.
Now, were
And
these
we
all
had-
Nickelodeon ones, or
No,
they...
these were Saban era, but
But then-
there's the Orange Ranger.
we did have an Orange Ranger.
And then again in
SPD.
Jungle Fury, we had 3 original Rangers. This is during the Disney seasons. We had Shark Ranger, Elephant, and
Bat.
Bat. Those 3, I love those.
I
3.
do like the aesthetics of those. They look pretty cool.
And then I think there were 3 planned U.S. Rangers for RPM based on like 3 of the Dino train things. I don't remember what they are. The Paleo Zords, the Paleo Max Zords. I don't know. But yeah, they had planned for some like American Rangers, and so. You know, that's not a bad like theory if he like turns out to be an American-made Ranger.
I feel like we would have gotten hinted at that though.
Yeah.
Maybe not, but I feel like we would have. But if they do an American-made Ranger, there's still a couple colors that they haven't used in this season, black and green. So possible.
Green is film though.
yeah, it's the girl version, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, depending if they don't have the rights and they gender swap it,
Yeah.
who knows? Could possibly happen, probably not. So let's rank this episode. First of all, in the chat, I want to ask you guys to rank this episode. How many Ninja Stars would you give this episode? Also, we do have the Super Chat feature, which MJ Spud used a little bit earlier. You can hit that S button to help support the show. And we give back to you guys, the fans. Also, what else? We have a TeePublic store, which I haven't
I was
really
about to
talked
say,
about.
like, if you didn't bring it up, I was going to.
We do have a TeePublic store. I'll put a link in there right now. This is where we do all the plugs, guys. This is how we do this. There's a TeePublic store. We also have a Facebook group which you can join. I'll put
THS
put that in the group.
hashtaggers.
I'll put that in the chat as well right now. Let's find it. There we go. Yeah, THS hashtaggers. So what this group is designed to do is that if you guys are going to Morphicon or anything like that, join this group because a lot of people are, and you guys can help out each other
Yes.
and maybe get a hotel or something. And Let's put Danny in there.
What did I do?
We the Geeks of East LA.
Oh, that group.
There we go.
Found it. Guys,
Well-
if you like,
Here, I'm putting you in there now. Oh, I gotta
who
get
of you
back to
guys
that page.
also? I want to ask you guys, who of you guys have actually seen any of Carlos's videos?
I'm sure a ton of you guys, right?
Do you like his videos? So what's your thoughts? Like, what's one of your favorite videos? Have you seen any of the ones
Subscribe
that
to
I'm
him.
in?
All right. Let's figure this out. So right now, what do you rank this?
It's a 3, like leaning towards a 2.5. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't like Ninja Steel, and here's the thing: I'm not being biased because I love Power Rangers, and I'm trying to find everything that's good about Ninja Steel, but I can't find good in it. And so as I'm watching, he's like, I like that. Ooh, I didn't like that. I didn't like that, and the I didn't like that outweighs that was kind of cool, and just I want to like it. I do, but I can't.
Danny?
I would give this a 4 because it's one of those episodes where I know what Saban is doing. Saban is trying to keep the kids watching it, you know, and if they add more story to it, somebody's just gonna change the channel.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's what the problem is, and I think they did a pretty good job with trying to, you know, make a story where kids can, you know.
Let me elaborate on that really quick. The reason why I gave it a 3 and not a 2.5, that 0.5 is because of Peter. Like, there's such strong acting from him and like some of the other Rangers in this episode. I was like, perfect. I like you guys. Please keep this. So that's the only reason why I have that 0.5.
Kelly?
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 4 because I really liked Peter's performance. This really gave Peter a chance to shine as Preston, and I think he did a great job. And, I mean, I wasn't a big fan of his dad as a character, but he made the episode great.
I'm also going to agree. I'm going to give it a 4 as well, mainly because I feel like this is one of the first times that we actually get the talking of, like, the bigger story arc here of I hope they saw your shorts, by the way, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just kidding. The bigger overarching story arc of an actual personal episode.
Yeah.
I think that
That's-
we kind of lack that a little bit. But according to you guys, Kat gave it a 4.5. Wow, Kat's back on the high ranking train. Before, remember when she was giving
Yeah.
Because she's not a fan of the retro stuff.
the MMPR stuff? She is
No,
not a fan of the
she's not a fan.
MMPR stuff. Danny Romano gave it a 5 out of 5. Anna Miles gave it a 4.5. Edward Sanchez 4.5. Jalen Glover 4.5. T Wolf the Typhoon Ranger 3.5. Ronell Singleton says 4.5. A few others in there.
On
gave it rating as well.
Facebook, we got Mikey Perez, who gives it 3 stars, and Christian Darius, who gives it 5.
All right. So let me ask you guys definitively right now, hashtag fake Aiden or hashtag Aiden Brody's brother?
Hashtag fake Aiden.
Danny?
I want to say that's his brother.
Oh,
I want to say this is his brother too.
I'm going to say fake Aiden, so I think we're going to be
Half
split.
and half.
Right down the middle. All right. So now that that's taken care of,
I have 3 stars for every star I
Oh,
gave
God.
this episode.
you really bought these fucking fidget spinners.
Can I play with one? Let me play with one.
They were
Are you
on
sealed?
sale.
Keeping them sealed?
They are on sale. I bought them.
They were on sale. I was like, I am not going to pay full price for this.
Are you going to open those?
Yeah, open them.
Can I open it and play with it?
Yeah.
I've never actually really held a fidget spinner.
I auditioned
No, really?
For this one.
Yeah, I don't have one.
I auditioned for this one.
I auditioned for this one.
So right here we have Francis. Francis is saying that hashtag Spirit Rangers. Thomas Franco says hashtag fake Aiden. Anna Miles says hashtag fake Aiden. And Kat says hashtag fake Aiden. So it looks like the Facebook chat the YouTube chat is definitely on that.
I wish I had like an image. I've
Hey,
seen some
babe.
that have images.
Let me ninja spin my way into your heart.
Wow, I thought that was going to go somewhere completely different for a second. So right now, the point of the episode where we take your questions and comments, we have them.
This way.
We're going to be
I
talking about
wouldn't
them.
be completely opposed if these happened to be the morphers.
You know what?
You know,
I'll be honest
I'm
with
gonna
you.
do a skit with this. That's the reason I bought it.
I'll be
Oh,
honest
like
with you.
their morphers when they like spin it on
Yeah.
their.
I kind of would like that too, to be honest with you.
I think that'd be so. I would hate that. Like the initial concept of it is like, I can't believe you guys. But like, because they already spin it, and the fact that like fidget spinners are so like relevant these days, it's like I think that'd be so funny.
Do you think the fidget spinners are dying out?
No, did you see that girl who had a fidget spinner as her corsage?
Oh God.
Excuse me?
Yeah, instead of a flower, she had a fidget spinner.
We got another super chat. From
Super chat.
my boy Derek Hervey. He says, "Sup, crew."
Oh, you're back. What's up?
So, who's your favorite Red Ranger moment from any series of the Ranger franchise? That's pretty easy for me.
Does Forever Red count? Because
Yeah, Forever Red. I mean, let's not use Forever Red because I feel like that's an easy one. But any other favorite Red Ranger
I've already
moments?
told you about that time that Selwyn Ward got baked into a giant pizza. No, that's not my favorite moment, but I like bringing that up. I don't know.
Favorite Red Ranger
forever?
moment?
Is that what they do? They
Not
spin
forever. They eventually stop.
Just put WD-40 on it and it'll just...
Don't even need that.
All right, so Kelly, what's your favorite Red Ranger moment? You really only have two to like really
Actually,
think about.
well, it said Ranger franchise, doesn't that?
Yeah, yeah.
Does that count?
Thinking about a Red Ranger.
No, that probably wouldn't count.
Okay.
I can't
Well,
think
then,
of one.
I don't have a favorite moment because all I've got is Brody and
Jason?
Jason.
So you don't have any favorite Jason moments? You don't even like Jason, really.
Do I like Jason? I don't know yet. He just hasn't really shined.
It's about 35 episodes in. You'd know if you liked him or not.
For me, it's Billy and Tommy now. So I guess I don't really have a.
No Red
Even
Ranger
though
moment.
red is my favorite color,
Is it really?
yeah, it is.
Could've fooled me.
People think that it's pink, but it's not. It's red.
Interesting.
My car's red. Not
That's
the car I'm driving
interesting.
now because it's a stupid rental.
Darrell, you got a favorite Red Ranger moment?
Yeah, two come to mind. The first one, and they're kind of tied because I don't know which one I like more, is when in Time Force, when Wes's dad finds out that he is the Red Ranger.
Oh, yeah.
That one, and the broken helmet.
Oh, the
and,
movie counts too, I guess.
Oh.
But
I didn't
yeah,
really
like
shine in that one either.
that season was
Sorry,
so
baby.
strong, and the fact that like his dad was like, "You're a Power Ranger," it's like that was such a big moment. It's like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I want to save like people. You don't understand that. I'm trying to be me. And growing up, being that kind of person, like I completely understand. My tie for that is in SPD when Sky becomes Red Ranger, because it shows that like you don't have to be the Red Ranger to make a difference, and that's such a hard thing for me to do because I love the Red Ranger. Like I always like.
Sorry, it was about the Red
I
Ranger.
always instinctively take on the leadership role with like friends and everything, and so that's such a nice like you can do whatever you want no matter what color you are. So yeah, that's the thing.
What about you?
I don't know. There's so many Red Rangers, man. So many episodes.
That's true.
It's hard.
That is hard. That's a very hard question.
Because I mean, each Red Ranger has their own thing, and each Red Ranger has their own shine moment. And there's so many seasons.
I think my favorite Red Ranger moment is King for a Day in Power Rangers Zeo, where Tommy becomes.
You talk about that episode a lot.
That episode's very
Yeah.
good. It's an episode that's surprisingly like you don't expect it to be like that good, but it's definitely one of those things where he gets brainwashed and he's conflicted.
Right.
And like he fights Jason again, but this time it's a little bit reversed because Jason's gold and he's red now.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get the moment of like the only way he comes back to his senses is when Cat demorphs and like pretty much it, like breaks him out of it. I really like my favorite iteration of Tommy ever is Zeo Ranger 5.
Mm-hmm.
I like
His character is really strongest there.
I think he actually grew into the role of the leader instead of being handed it. I mean, I liked him as the White Ranger. I like the White Ranger aesthetic, but I think that
It was forced.
It was forced. He had to be that role. But in Zeo, when he was Zeo Ranger 5, he was the man.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have to go with Leo from Lost Galaxy.
That's a good one.
Because I always thought that watching it, because I've watched that season like 3 times.
But what's the favorite moment?
My favorite moment is when him and his brother are talking and he's handing him back the Quasar Saber. Because he says, the sword never chose me, it chose you.
Oh, yes.
And Mike tells him, but you're wielding the sword and you've gone this far with that sword. The sword belongs to you. You're the Red Ranger.
Man, where is Mike? How come he hasn't done any convention appearances, Mr.
Oh, I don't know.
Russell Lawrence? Who knows?
When was the last time?
I don't.
I don't
last
think
time?
I
He's
don't
never
think-
done 'em.
He's never done. Yeah.
Never.
Someone get on that. One of you booking agents, find him.
We
Yeah,
need
that's-
the Magna Defender.
I have a
We already
problem with
have
these
the
fidget
voice
spinners.
actor.
What's that?
They don't
This is
sell
true.
any female colors.
Power Rangers.
What
Yeah.
Up? What up with that?
I didn't.
See, that's.
I didn't
I
want
like
to.
the white one. I like the white one. Yeah, how come there's no
There's
white or
no
pink
white
one?
or pink one. They have all the boys, even the Gold Ranger.
That's
What the hell,
sister's problem.
Saban?
But
That's my
they
sister's
don't gear it
problem.
towards girls, really.
I don't. That's so unfair too, because I also think that with Power Rangers, it has really strong female characters. I don't know why they would do that, especially for being.
and they're
whatever.
so pretty.
Like Haley,
They're both-
Haley
they're
and
both
Sarah are
girls.
such
Haley
strong
and,
characters too. Like I love them in Ninja Steel.
Yeah.
Like Haley and Sarah, great.
And they're
They're
strong.
awesome.
They're strong women, and they don't get portrayed well enough.
Which
Why
is,
this?
I know it's so weird, and I also like the fact that we talked about this a little bit last week. That I do like the fact that that Haley's the alpha in their relationship.
She is.
She's great.
And then Christiani did some awesome like leg flip move
She can
in
do
this
anything.
episode today.
She can do anything.
What? No, stupid spinners. Can't believe you.
Ninja Spin.
All right, we're gonna take your
Boycotting these spinners after one
your
last
questions and comments right now. Who wants to start? And we can have Danny here share in the love here.
night. He's got one.
Oh,
doesn't he?
doesn't have one.
The comments.
Oh.
Wait, where is it?
All right, so we're gonna start
Where?
off with Darrel
Where
this
is
week
it?
since he wasn't here last week.
Okay, good.
Ooh, look at all the pages.
I just saw it. It's not. All right. First one up, Craig Anderson. It was a great surprise having Peter on the show. As far as Saban versus Disney, I'm gonna have to go with the original Saban era. I say this because Disney had put a lot of restrictions on the show, mainly SPD. I mean, seriously, who wouldn't have wanted to see a female Red Ranger?
I do.
I do.
Yeah.
I think that would make me like the Red Ranger more.
The writer's strike in 2007 to 08 didn't help Jungle Fury either, but I will admit that the Disney era is better than the current era.
Ooh,
No, yeah.
I agree.
I 100% agree. Hashtag Saban era, hashtag Joe the Phantom Ranger, hashtag Kelly is Bay, hashtag Darrel Zero Ranger 4, green! Zero Ranger 4, yeah.
All right, we'll let you read Kat's thing.
All right, Kat. Joe, I kind of figured that Peter was going, so I'm happy now on my rating and giving this episode a 5 because I had everything you would expect from a typical Power Rangers episode and some not to mention. I was wanting a good 5 months for an episode to come on, so this blew my socks off. Also, I'm still stressed about Morphicon, just for the reason of I don't know what I'm doing for cosplay at all. Luckily, I do have one idea in mind that I will not be mentioning. Also, to bit of info, I kind of sort of know what's going to happen in episode 12. I blame a person I follow on Instagram for the picture that were posted.
Block 'em!
Damn.
That's a bummer.
That happens
dog.
with me with Sentai all the time.
Does it really? I
Yeah.
try to avoid it.
There,
But I-
there was a Henshin Hangout.
I know, remember you were like-
I was scrolling through my phone and I was like, oh no. And you looked at me, he was like, what's wrong? I just saw a really big spoiler for Q Ranger. And he goes, what is it? I can't tell you. It's like really big. It's like, don't tell me.
Yeah, I don't wanna know.
It was really funny.
I don't want to know. Edward Sanchez, who's in the chat right now.
Woo!
He says, I really enjoyed watching the Ranger wrap up, and Peter is freaking awesome.
He really is.
And episode 9 was epic, and my favorite part was when the Megazord fights and Victor and Monty sneaking on stage.
Would you say
That
it
was
was
pretty funny.
epic? Or was it epic?
It was epic. Kelly, you got our good buddy Ryan Buetta from Rangers Live Chat.
What's up, Ryan? What's up, guys? Awesome show today. Can't believe you guys got Peter.
Woo!
LOL. Yeah, I'm super stoked about that. That was fun. So, more phenomenal. Same as Peter. I would rate it a 3. It's also kind of funny he kept mentioning Chip and Mystic Force. JK, laughing face. Hashtag Return of Chip and Ninja Steel. Hashtag Sentai footage has it. Anyways, keep up the good work.
You're on to Francis, who's also in the chat.
Francis, what's up? Great show today. I love Peter visiting. I kicked the table. I love Peter visiting and his personality. As a fact, I saw Yoshi on the new KC undercover episode on August 11th, and he was an enemy agent. I did not know if I liked him getting beat up, but his fight between him and Casey was really cool. I hope Peter saw that episode because his brother was awesome. I love Mystic Force also, and I hope to see more Preston-based episodes. Well, you got it today. By the way, where's Brody's brother Aiden?
Coincidence.
Find that out.
I have a feeling that Levi is Aiden, but we still don't have an explanation. Can't wait for next week's show, guys. Hope it'll be epic.
Epic!
And
All right.
you
so
got
now,
you got 3 answers out of that from
Ryan,
this episode.
Ryan Thomas, you are up next. I mean, I'm sorry, Ryan. You're not Ryan Thomas. You're Danny. He's going to read Ryan Thomas.
Ryan Super 04 Steel Speed Thomas.
No, you have to say it like really fast. Go.
Oh yeah, I can't.
No, do it.
Ryan Super 04 There, I fucked that up.
I can't believe you.
Great Ranger wrap-up, guys. Nice special guest. You had it was Peter from Power Rangers Ninja Seal.
Woo!
Hope you will have more Ranger guests soon. Love you guys. You are my favorite kind of people in the world right now. I'm glad to get to know you a lot better every day. I need you live on #show. Peace.
Love.
Well, thank you so much for your kind remarks, Ryan. Kelly, you were up.
I thought you were up.
Oh, yeah. What am I doing?
Yeah. What do you?
I'll go next.
What
Now,
are you doing?
Shadowbird 084, good friend to the show. Awesome wrap up as always. The new episode of Ninja Steel made me binge watch the rest of the episodes again, and because I kind of forgot what happened. I like
I
the
do too.
episode. I would love to get a sequel to Saban's Power Rangers. Love the movie. I'm excited for the rest of the season. Anyways, next week when you read this, I will be, or AM, in Sicily for vacation.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Anyway, love you guys.
Have
By
fun.
the way, Joe, you have the Phantom Ranger phone case, while she has the Trini phone case.
Aw.
Hashtag European Warriors. Hashtag that hashtag team. Hashtag dedicated trooper. Hashtag we love you, Shadowbird.
Yes. Cyril Moore says, awesome episode review, guys. You guys are awesome. I love this episode. I give it a 10. Who is your favorite white and pink Rangers of all time?
White Ranger, I am going to have to go Tommy. Pink Ranger. My favorite Pink Ranger of all time.
Aaron Cahill.
She's probably, I would say that
She's my favorite.
she's the strongest for sure. 100%.
She's my favorite.
I think my favorite, though, I'm going to have to go with Christiani.
I don't know. I really liked Alyssa in Wild Force as White.
Alyssa's
You could count her as the White Ranger or Pink Ranger. I don't really know. But she was a really strong character. I really liked her.
She had a good backstory too.
Yeah. And then she became a school teacher and everything. I don't know who my favorite Pink Ranger, just Pink Ranger is, though. Corone.
That's a good choice.
Yeah. I liked her redemption story and coming
Kendricks,
back.
too, is a good one for me. Oh, Derek Kirby, we got another super chat.
Super chat!
Based on your favorite color, Gokai change style, what would be your 6-member Ranger team? You can use Rangers from Power Rangers or Super Sentai. Based on your favorite color. So
Say that again?
Based on your favorite color,
Okay.
Gokai change style, what would be your 6 Ranger team?
Oh, so basically, what Rangers would you
I hate
have?
getting this question.
It's
So many.
My
Rangers.
answer changes every time, actually.
let's see. For red, I would go.
Any color, right?
But based on your favorite color. So
So is your favorite color red?
my favorite color is red.
This is going to be a lot harder for me.
Mine's yellow.
Mine's black.
There's some pretty good Black Rangers.
Oh, you know what? This is going to be a lot easier than I thought.
I would go Turbo. I would go Super Mega Force. Well, I don't know if this is all a Gokai change. Then, oh man, I don't know. Jungle Fury Red because he was pretty OP, like in Master Mode. Time Force Red, SPD Red, RPM Red. I guess for the sake of it, Jason. How many was that? I think that was 5. Okay, I need one more. Let's go Quantum. Oh, I said Time Force already, huh?
No, but that's fine. I think that's cool, right?
Yeah.
You can do that.
Okay, yeah. We'll go with that. Oh, wait, no. I'll switch him out. Dino Thunder. Dino Thunder Red. Connor.
Connor, interesting. Okay, how about you?
It's 6, right?
6.
Ninja Storm.
So
Ninja Storm.
Shane.
For what color?
Yellow.
Oh, Dustin.
Yellow, cause
He's great. I like Dustin a lot.
I'll go with Ninja Storm, Wild Force, Zoodanger, Joger, and Gokaiger, and for the 6th one. What's another good one?
Deka Shinken, Geki.
Yeah, I'll go with Deca Ranger.
So for black, I would go Dylan from RPM. I would also do Adam from Mighty Morphin, Tommy from Dino Thunder. Who else we got?
I like
Danny,
how in all of these you always happen to have Tommy on these.
Danny from Wild Force. There's not a ton of Black Rangers if you really think about it. If we're gonna count the Phantom Ranger, obviously the Phantom Ranger.
There's Carlos
he does wear
too.
Black.
Isn't he a ranger? He has it in his name.
He does have it in his name, but it doesn't have like. I guess
needs
he's
to
the
be-
He doesn't have a color designation.
So we'll say, all right, so I have 4, and there's never been a female Black Ranger either. It's just surprising.
That's true.
Gosh, who else would I go
Well,
with?
he's talking about go-kart changes, so technically you could have a female.
Oh, we're just talking. Okay, then I would go with what else is there?
I don't.
There's so many seasons.
Black is so hard. There's not a ton of Black. Oh, I guess Dino Charge, and
We had Dino Charge.
I guess, yeah, Chase.
Yeah, Chase.
Oh, that's right. Wow, I went through all the colors in my head and I completely skipped.
I guess
over it.
I'd say Overdrive
Operation.
because I don't think there's any. Oh, you know what? I take that back. I'm gonna go Jungle Fury, the Bat Ranger.
Oh, actually, yeah.
Yeah,
I like
this one's
that.
harder for you because you only
I
have
can't.
2 options.
Sorry, guys. But to finish up Cyril's question or comment, who's your favorite Ninja Ranger team? Mighty Morphin Power Season 3, or Power Rangers Ninja Storm, or Power Rangers Ninja Steel?
Ninja Storm.
Ninja Storm.
I'm gonna go Ninja Storm. I like the team dynamic better. I think they have a better like fighting aesthetic. I like the gear of Ninja Steel, but I don't think they're as strong as a team. Yeah. So.
And Big Bad Beetleborgs and Mighty Morphin Power Ranger crossover comic book would be awesome too.
All right,
That's
so
something
you're
pretty
up.
Cool, yeah.
You really planned this out, so you got the.
Oh no, you
Yeah,
were
I
the
know.
one.
It was my.
This is your fault. Jalen Glover, brilliant job as always, my hashtag friends. I liked this episode. It had a very good ninja-like look to it. Anyway, keep up the good work, and hopefully we'll work together in the future. Sincerely, Jalen.
Thanks, Jalen.
All right.
Blackwing 2040. It's so awesome that Peter was on the show. Joe, I request you get Christy
She's
and
next.
Camille on the show. Mainly Camille because I love her.
She was on the Fairy Tale premiere, actually.
Yeah. I'm loving Levi as a Gold Ranger, and his sword is so awesome. It reminds me of a badass version of the Woody from Toy Story.
That's the funniest image in my head. That's so funny.
There is a Shogun like Megazord of Toy
Oh,
Story.
yeah.
It's
That's.
amazing.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That's great.
That's a Zord. That's the Woody Zord.
I would love for there to
I thought
be
the Woody
more...
Zord was the Tokuger Zord. Just kidding.
with that face.
Yeah.
Someone should Photoshop or do that. I would love for there to be more PR guests at NYCC. And when it comes to emailing conventions on who to invite to, you don't get a follow-up email. I would really love it for PR would come off Nickelodeon. I really don't like making 2 separate seasons with only 20 or 22 episodes. I miss the days of Power Ranger episodes having all around year and only having small breaks between months. We'll see what happens after Super Ninja Steel and Saban thinks of something.
I agree with that because Sentai I feel like does that a lot better.
Mm-hmm. On the note of the guest thing, and I plug this a lot, but we have a lot of fans everywhere, guys, and we love you guys for it. However, we're only like kind of restricted to California. But
That's
if
not
you-
true. We're going to New York.
I
At
know.
least You and I are.
I know, yeah. We're going to be at New York Comic Con. However, for the rest of us, if you guys want to see us at a con specifically, you just tweet at them, send them a Facebook message, something, email. Just let them know, hey, we want to see that hashtag show at these conventions, and hopefully we'll be guests there. So I want to plug that again for everyone else that doesn't know, that's new to the show. Just a heads up.
And we will gladly go to any convention they send us to. FF Justice, how are you? So awesome that Peter read my understandably shortened comment. I dug last week's episode too. Question: when I was watching Power Ranger episodes that ends with a pause, anyone else awkwardly pause with Wait, what? Power Ranger episodes that end with a pause. Anyone else awkwardly pause with a smiling pose?
So like the freeze frame?
Oh, yeah, okay. And dances too hard into the intros. I resort to the Carlton freestyle dance. I recently started contemplating to no avail on why black is the only no gals are allowed color, which I actually just talked about, Power Rangers so far. I'd say the same for orange, but they are fairly recent. So in other words, YouTuber Berleezy, I'm gonna let it slide. I recommend watching Berleezy MMPR intro roast. Nevertheless, even a female Deca Gold was allowed in the Deca Ranger movie before getting all smithereens. Lastly, fun fact: until Lauren Shiba's short run, female Power Ranger leaders have never been from the here and now.
Did you know about Deca Gold, by the way? Okay, so SBD originally was supposed to get a Gold Ranger. It was a movie exclusive. However, her sequence was literally like 3 seconds because she morphed, and as she was morphing, she was getting shot up, and so she got into suit, and then she died.
Really?
That's it. That's all we see of her. So we know a
sucks.
Gold Ranger exists, but she died before finished morphing.
Wow.
Yeah.
What jerks!
Right?
The only other female
Man.
Power Ranger leader I can even think of is Delphine from the Alien Rangers.
They're like, girls can't be Power Rangers. They get blown up before even morphing.
So like,
What jerks?
If I can
do
find
wanna
a scene, I'll show it to
I would love
you.
to see a black Ranger, a female Black Ranger.
I think that'd be really
and
cool.
Red Ranger.
I would love
Actually,
that.
why don't they reverse it for one of the seasons and do black, blue, and red as females, and then do like
Yeah,
white and
I know. I think there was a
and
season.
white and yellow as males. I don't. That
There was a
cool.
Sentai season where I think Black was proposed as a girl. I think it might have been Q Ranger actually. When they were like going over all the rumors and stuff. I think one of the girls was supposed to be a Black Ranger.
I mean, I would love to see a black and red Ranger female Rangers. I think they do need more love. All you guys in the chat are right. You have Derek Hervey.
I do. Derek Hervey says, hey, hashtag fam. It's always a treasured pleasure highlight when I'm able to tune in to you guys jamming out to what you all do so more phenomenally well. Yeah. Thanks for the return favor to Peter and Christiane. If you ever get a chance once more, let Peter know that he truly has a brother in arms as a major Ranger/Sentai fan, as well as aspiring Ranger actor down the road. Also, my deepest respect and regard to the amazing relationship he has with his brother is quite humbling towards the grounded bond with my brother as well. I'm thankful to see you guys and be a part of such a wholesome, genuine fandom, such as this phenomenal Ranger community. And we've got a little emoji going like this. Always looking out and amazing blessings moving forward. Till next time, hashtag love always, and hashtag stay blessed and Ranger up.
I appreciate Derek too because he sends me Sentai stuff. So I really wanted to see 15 Q Rangers. I don't think we're gonna get there. I think we'll get. I think
We might
13.
hit that with like maybe movie stuff.
I hope so.
But as far as
You
the
think so?
actual,
I hope so.
as far as the actual series is concerned, I think we're sticking to 12.
Interesting.
Movie wise, I think we're gonna hit 15.
I hope so. I really hope so. But that's going to do it for us right here at that hashtag shows Ranger wrap up. You can watch us every Saturday as we do a new episode of the Ranger wrap up. And you can check out a few of us on our other channels. I know that we're going to be doing hashtag After Dark a little bit later on. And I believe that's going to be me and Myra and possibly joined by Maverick. Maverick might be on the show with us too. But Darrel, where can we all find you at?
You guys can find me every Thursday, with the exception of last week, on Anime Super Chat. It happens roughly 8 o'clock every Thursday. We talk all anime all the time. And then on the social media verse, you can find me at Darrel J. Delphin on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Danny?
You guys can find me here on YouTube at youtube.com/surferatsurfer or Instagram surferatsurfer. And you can find We the Geeks of East LA on Facebook too at facebook.com/ELA Geeks.
Kelly?
You can find me on all social media at Cranky Cupcakes with the Z at the end. And on Tuesdays for Achievement Unlocked, please tune in this Tuesday. We have something very big planned in honor of the Uncharted video game release. So please come in this Tuesday. I believe the stream starts at 9.
And that's not just on YouTube. It'll be on Facebook and Twitch also.
Thank you for pointing that
Yeah,
out.
so that's a different thing that
Big
we're
deal.
doing. It's going to be on Twitch. So if you're into Twitch, check it out there. If you're
Twitch.tv/that#show.
Facebook will also be have a big presence there, and right here on YouTube we'll be joining you.
It's gonna be big.
It's gonna be big. Also, you can find me on social media at that #Joe. I am here every week on the Ranger Wrap. Well, most weeks on the Ranger Wrap.
He tries.
This Monday we have some exclusive Silver and Black news about the new Spider-Man tie-in movie, so check that out. And I think that's going to be it. You can also check me out over at screenrant.com. But that's going to do it for us here. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with everything trending
in geek pop culture.
Ninja Steel!
I wish that was like Ninja